I was raised in a single-parent household by my dad, but I never felt like I was missing out on anything. My dad had money and he never skimped on raising me. The biggest stumbling block in my life was getting sick at the age of 18. Right before S80, I was diagnosed with a serious disease and was devastated. Even I was given an individual's life expectancy and grappled with life and death, but my dad tirelessly supported me and made sure I got surgery. Thankfully, the surgery completely cured my disease. I started college 2 years late, and I didn't want any pity, so I kept my disease a secret. Looking up to my hard-working dad, I studied hard, and now I'm a top-notch salesman, hustling every day. My efforts, frequently visiting clients, have paid off, and I consistently rank at the top in sales performance. I'm grateful that the boss trusts me and has assigned me the responsibility of training the newbies. Work is going great, but my personal relationships, not so much. That's because there's an employee in my sales department named Lily Johnson who doesn't like me.
Respecting Mike. Why? He's not that bright.
Today, as always, she is loudly bad-mouthing me so I can hear. The people who are involved with her are the newbies that I am in charge of training. The newbies, caught in the middle of the tiff between me and Lily, can only force a smile, while she don't care about it, and kept bad-mouthing me.
Mike started college 2 years late, and it's not even a prestigious one. He might be good at sales, but with that brain, who knows how long it'll last.
She has an arrogant personality and often bosses people around. Though she's a nuisance, no one dares to reprimand her, because she is the daughter of one of our major clients. Lily, you see, got into our company through connections and started the same year as I did. I guess my success in sales is too much for prideful Lily to bear. She often mocks me, and I'm used to it. But it's heart-wrenching to see the newbies dragged into her constant bad-mouthing. Ready to head out to a client meeting, I donned my jacket and grabbed my bag, giving a reassuring pat on a newbie's shoulder as I passed. Think of me whatever way you want. Maybe you, Lily, should keep your mouth shut and get back to work. Seeing the relief on the newbie's face, I noticed Lily's face turning red with anger. She glared at me, not hiding her annoyance.
Well, seeing your plain face is so depressing. I better finish my work soon or I'll be late for my dinner date. Oh, I'm sorry. I bet with that face you don't have many women chasing you, right? And no girlfriend, I presume. Sorry, that sounded like I was bragging.
She often brags about her wonderful boyfriend. He's the heir to a huge corporation, and being the beautiful heiress she is, he's the perfect match for her. But whatever kind of person her boyfriend might be, it's none of my business. Work is my love right now. Her sarcastic comments never bother me. I headed off to my sales appointment, and even though she was glaring at my retreating back, I didn't care. My motivation right now is improving my sales performances. Maybe because I once had a brush with death due to a disease, but I find joy in being of use to the company and talking to various people. However, to my parents, it's concerning that I, at this age, don't have a girlfriend. One day, my dad brought up the idea of a blind date. I wasn't in the mood for relationship or marriage right now, but my eager dad had already arranged a date for me. It was bothersome, but now that the date was set, I felt I had to go. I headed to the designated luxury hotel that day. I thought I'd just meet her, and then either turn her down or she'd turn me down. But when I opened the door to the private room I was led to, I was lost for words. Sitting there was Lily. She was wearing a red dress and had her hair done up. She looked beautiful. When she saw me, her eyes widened in shock.
No way. The blind date is with you, Mike. This is the worst.
I felt the same way. Seeing her displeased expression, I sighed and reluctantly entered the room. This blind date was set up by my dad and her father, so my dad would be joining us. Her father, David, should also be here, but like my dad, he might be running late. Being alone in a room with someone you don't get along with was stifling, but I had to respect my dad's wishes and stay.
I heard from my dad that my match would be the next CEO. So why are you here? Must be some mistake. This is just awful.
Honestly, I feel the same way. But I couldn't pick a fight with her, who's the daughter of our business partner, so I voiced my lingering doubts. Lily, didn't you mention you had a boyfriend? Are you sure about this whole arranged date? Recalling Lily, who had bragged loudly about her wonderful boyfriend, I asked. She seemed at a loss for words. Just as I was pondering this, the door opened and Lily's father, David, walked in.
Sorry about that, Mike. Had to make a quick bathroom trip. What do you think? My Lily's a beauty, isn't she?
David, all smiles, sat down next to her. He probably had no idea Lily and I worked in the same department.
Dad, I can't stand him.
Ignoring a shocked David, she looked at me and scoffed.
Look at him. So plain looking. I can't imagine marrying someone like him. And did you know, Dad? He entered the workforce 2 years later than usual. Probably wasn't smart enough for any good college.
Hey, Lily.
Anyway, there's no way I'm marrying this guy.
Facing Lily's resolute declaration, all I could do was give her a smile. Then, the door opened again.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
My dad walked in. With his usual grin, he sat next to me nonchalantly. Lily turned pale at the sight of him.
You've got to be kidding. Why is the CEO here?
I'm glad to see you. I'm Steve Brown, Mike's father.
My dad's casual greeting had Lily flapping her mouth open and shut in shock, while David looked down, his face pale. It must have been quite the surprise for her to suddenly see the CEO of the company she worked at in such a situation like this.
Are Mike and Mr. Brown related? Why do you have different last names?
A flustered Lily asked, to which I replied, my parents divorced right after I was born. I was first taken in by my mom, but after she passed away from disease, I was raised by my dad. I've kept using my mom's last name, which is Smith, because there's no need to keep changing surnames. Looking flustered, she was cornered as my dad began to speak.
Well, I could clearly hear your voice from the other side of the door. My son might have a plain face like me, and yes, he started college 2 years late. But that wasn't because he wasn't smart, it was because he was fighting against disease.
What?
I hadn't told anyone about my disease in college, and I kept it a secret at work too. I felt there was no need to spill it, and I didn't want anyone's pity. My dad probably told her about my disease because he was angry behind that smile. He's always been the kind to corner people with a smile. A man who would reveal his anger in the quietest ways.
If you think my son is plain and not smart, then perhaps this meeting wasn't meant to be.
Lily, who seemed baffled from the start, was pushed away by my dad and stood up. Without hesitation, she stormed out. David, pale as a sheet, left her to Dad and I ran after her. On a bridge over a gravel-covered pond, Lily gazed blankly at the water's surface. As I approached the teary-eyed Lily, she looked up and gave a weak smile.
It's funny, isn't it? You've always laughed inside, hiding the fact that you're the CEO's son. Making fun of someone like me must have felt like a comedy.
I didn't laugh. I hid my status because I didn't want to be treated differently. I never imagined it would lead to this. I regret making you feel humiliated. She started talking, her expression melancholic. Apparently, she always envied me. Through her eyes, I was someone admired by the newbies and consistently at the top in sales performance, truly an exceptional individual. Being raised as the CEO's daughter with immense expectations, she felt insecure about not being at the top and kept making sarcastic remarks towards me. It seems her tales of dating a wealthy heir were just a facade, a lie for show. Like me, she didn't have a boyfriend, and her parents, concerned, arranged this blind date for her.
You can mock me. It's clear how insignificant I am.
I never did. True, your words were annoying. But I don't dislike you, Lily.
Why?
Because I know how hard you've worked, Lily. Everyone knew she got her job in our company through connections. Yet, she never received warnings regardless of her performance. Still, she worked hard and consistently secured the second spot in sales. Even though she often yelled at me loudly in the office, she knew I always had the newbies back when they were overwhelmed with work and that I consistently tackled tasks with a broad perspective. The newbies are aware of how hard you worked. Nobody is making fun of you.
Yet I was always jealous and said such awful things to you, Mike.
In my experience, I believe that as long as you're alive, you can always start over. When I was able to attend college 2 years late due to a disease, I realized that as long as you live, you can always get another shot. After being given an individual's life expectancy and teetering on the edge of life and death, I've come to understand that as long as I have life, I can restart any number of times. Lily, you can too. Let's work hard together from now on, as competitors. At my words, she wiped away the tears that formed at the corners of her eyes. She then nodded affirmatively.
I'm truly sorry for everything up till now. I will start over. I will change. And I will surpass Mike's sales record.
I nodded at her determined proclamation. While the blind date ended disastrously, it seemed to be a turning point for her. From that day on, she stopped bad-mouthing about anyone. She diligently went about her work, using her strength of broad vision to help colleagues with their tasks, earning trust from those around her. She truly turned her relationships around, just as she said. Not to be outdone, I worked harder than ever. Having Lily steadily maintaining her position just behind me, as I was at the top of the sales chart, boosted my motivation. After a hard day's work, I was on my way home. Walking from the office towards the subway station, I felt a tap on my back. Turning around, I saw Lily, out of breath and looking like she'd run to catch up. Lily, wondering what she wanted, she looked up at me with her face all flushed.
I need to tell you something. If I surpass your sales performance, you're taking me out to dinner. And of course, it's on you. Promise, okay?
Without waiting for a response, she sped off, heading quickly towards the station. Remembering her blushing face, for the first time in my life, I found myself hoping that maybe, just maybe, I'd like to lose to her in the next sales performance.